This is the CCNA exam version 1.1. This is the latest blueprint. This is the latest blueprint Cisco is using if you want to sit your CCNA exam. This blueprint, you need to have this, and copy of this blueprint will be available in the WhatsApp group. That's why make sure that you click on the link, join the WhatsApp, the CCNA community WhatsApp group, okay? I will be sharing all these materials to you guys. So as you can see, this is 1.1. The August 19, Cisco have stopped using the 1.0 for the exam. Now they are now using this from August 20. They are now using this 1.1, 200-301. As you can see, so I just want to pinpoint some stuff. You can see for the networking fundamentals, the exam will last 120 minutes. Now let's just jump faster because of time. Now you can see for this network fundamental, Cisco has given out 20% during the exam. But now with the 1.0, the first version, the 200-301 version, you see they maintain all these subsections, network fundamental. Cisco will be expecting you to know what is router, what is a layer 2 and layer 3, what is a firewall, all these things. Cisco will be expecting you guys to understand this. This is just the blueprint. I just want to go through this blueprint faster. Now, doing this 1.1 version, the latest blueprint. Now the updates they do. If we move faster to 2.5 on network access, 2.5 on network access, you can see that I've highlighted they have just add this 2.5D. They have just add 2.5D, which is root guard, loop guard, BPD filter, and BPDU guard. They have just add this new subtopic to network access. So you see, now if we move to 2.8, what they add, the update they have just done here, they said describe network device. In 1.0, it was different. I will show you the comparison, just a slide. Now, we have also added a own features in this 2.8, which is cloud management, because we're expecting us to know how to manage the cloud. Now they want us, because in the 1.0, cloud management was not there, but they have added cloud management in this latest one, and this 1.1 version. Now let's fast forward to, if we go to this 6.4, you see 6.4, they say explain AI generative and predictive and machine learning in network operation. This is a new topic they have just added. Cisco have just added new topic to the Cisco the blueprint. This is a new topic because, as you guys, you already know that AI is trending, so they want us to be aware of this generative and predictive, how the AI is working, how to implement AI to the network operations, so something like that. Take note of all these things. Now 6.6, now let's recognize the capability of configuration management mechanisms such as Ansible and Terraform. In the 1.0, they are asking us to know how to work with Ansible, Chef, and Puppet. But now they have taken out Puppet and Chef. Now they have replaced the Puppet and Chef with this Terraform. That one is a brilliant idea, because Puppet and Chef, a lot of network admin are not using it, because they are now using this. They most use this Terraform and Ansible to manage network. I think this is all the new things they have. And now I want us to start with what is a network, because when we talk of CCNA fundamentals, they want us to be grounded first to know what is a network. So now, according to Wikipedia, a computer network is a digital telecommunication network which allows us to share resources. Okay, So for you guys, I want you guys to know from here, now you can see, with just a computer, if this computer is not, like for example now, we can see PC, this computer and this computer. If this computer is not connected to another computer, that one is not a network. But for you to know what is a network, if you have two PCs now, with these two PCs, you interconnect these two PCs, you have just created a network. So that's why network do their job by moving data from one device to another device. Network is about having different devices connected together, making network work. When you connect these two PCs, this is network. So now this is an example of an enterprise network. Like we all know, when we talk of enterprise network, now we can see PC1 is here, PC2 is here. Now this is the headquarter. But within this PC, you know, network is formed with connecting different devices. This is a headquarter, and this is a branch office. Definitely within the headquarter, there's PCs, there's switch, there's routers. Now in the other side there's firewall. In the branch office we also have PC1, PC2. We have the switch, we have the router, and the firewall. These are network devices, because when we work with the fundamentals, you want to know how these devices are interconnected. Like the PC, how is this PC connected to the switch? How is this switch is connected to the router? How is this router connected to the firewall? We need to know how all these things operate. Now, if we move to this other slide, these are the network devices. Now, I want you to know, please don't forget to join the link, because all this material will be available there. These are network devices. Now, this is a physical Cisco switch 2960, and in Packet Tracer you will see the icon like this. Now what we need to know, when we talk of a switch, what is a switch? What's the function of a switch? You as a network engineer, you need to be aware of the function of this switch, why we need a switch. They said one, switch are two areas. They follow traffic within the same land. Meaning what? Now, when we say switch is also is always a layer 2. So meaning if switch is a layer 2 device, it's always follow traffic within a LAN. Meaning, for example now, if you can see this slide, this is a switch. The power of this switch can only follow traffic within the headquarter. The switch don't have the capacity to follow traffic to the branch office. The switch don't have that capacity. All function within this land. This is a land within this headquarter. The switch is performing its own stuff within this. But this switch don't have the capacity to forward a frame to the branch office. Now, switch have many port interfaces. Yes, as you guys can see, this is a physical switch, photo of a physical switch. Definitely, I will show you a physical switch before the end of this class. You can see the switch have a lot of interfaces. Now, switches forward broadcast traffics. Why? You see, for every interface on this switch only knows and works survive with broadcasting. When this switch receives a frame now from this PC1, this PC1 what will happen? PC1 will follow the frame, the frame to this to switch 1. Switch 1 here only broadcast this frame to know the destination of the particular data it received. So this switch broadcasts frames. All ports on a switch by default are in the same broadcast domain, which is VLAN 1. So now you guys can see this. This is a physical switch. This is a physical switch. This physical switch only have all these ports you are seeing, 8 port, 24 port, 16 port, they all run in one domain. They all survive in one domain. and then we call it what? VLAN 1. All these interfaces you are seeing. Let me just show you a physical switch. As we are seeing in the photo, this, as you guys are seeing in the photo, if you can see this.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes,
If
sir.
you can see this is a
Yeah.
okay. Are you guys seeing this, the switch?
Yes, sir. We can see.
Perfect. This is a physical switch. You can really see this. This switch has a lot of interface. This, you can see all this interface. This is a layer 2 switch. Definitely, I'm really using this layer 2 switch to whole configuration, not just packet tracer, because I want you guys to feel that when you are having access to this particular switch and see how the type of commands you will be using. This is a physical switch. All this interface you are seeing, like this is a 24 ports. This 24 ports, it is in one broadcast domain, which is in VLAN 1. All this interface, they are all running in VLAN 1. That's why when you buy a brand new switch, just take note that all this interface you are seeing, they are all in VLAN 1 by default. So I've seen a physical switch. Now this physical switch, this physical switch you are seeing in packet server, the switch you see it's in this form. In packet server, it appears this form. But this is the physical, and now all these ports, they are all in VLAN 1. So that's why when we start to dive in, you will know about VLAN, what's VLAN, why are all these interfaces are in VLAN 1, and what are some of the precautions we will give advice I will give you guys. Because if all these interfaces are in VLAN 1, we need to remove all these interfaces to another VLAN, because VLAN 1, it's always advisable as network engineers, as always I'm training you guys. This is not just about passing the CCNA exam, but training you guys also to know how to implement this network, this stuff in the field of work. VLAN 1, if you have all your interface in VLAN 1, my friend, you will do all your best to move all those interfaces from that VLAN 1 and move them to a specific VLAN. Because VLAN 1, when attackers know that a lot of interfaces are in VLAN 1, they will have access to that your platform and definitely take over your network. So I will advise you guys as network engineers, always make sure that when you buy a switch, especially managed switches, you need to remove all your interface to a different VLAN, not in VLAN 1. So now next we move to a router. With a router, routers send traffic from one network to another network. Why? You see, from this our enterprise network, what I want you guys to need, you can now see this is a switch. Now, because this switch is just a layer 2, this we don't have the capacity to move or to forward traffic to the branch office here. What will happen? We need a router. You understand? We need this router to forward the packet to the branch office, because as we mentioned that this switch only broadcasts or forward frames within a LAN. Now, if you have a switch, you need a router within your network, because this router is forwarding the packet from the head office to the branch office. Just like measure, routers send traffic from one network to another network. As you can see, this is a network here. This is a network here, and the branch office is also another network. By the power, the use of this router here now can forward a packet to another branch, to another network. Routers are layer 3 areas. They route traffic between networks. You know, this is the differences. Now, when you see this layer 2, the switch is not layer 3 areas. But the router now is layer 3 area. Now, we were talking about a router here. Now, the router here, as you guys can see, it forward packets from here to this other branch office. Yeah. So now, they say the router has 4 ports interfaces, but support many type of interfaces. Now, as you can see here, the physical picture of a router here, you can see Definitely, this is a packet tracer symbol, and we have the physical here. And definitely, I want to show you guys. Let me show you guys the live router. Clearly, here we have a Cisco router. This Cisco router we are seeing, this is a physical Cisco router. Definitely, if you can see that it only has 4 interfaces. You can see only 4 interfaces. You can see here only 4 interfaces here in the Cisco router. Because routers, the purpose of the routers is just to move packets from the head office to the branch office, or to move packets between networks. So routers don't need too much of interfaces. If you want to connect end devices, you need to go in for a switch. But as long as you want to route your packets, you want to route your information from an head office or from one side to another site, you need this. So this is a physical router. Are you guys seeing this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, that's good. This is a physical router here. Then also I want you guys to know, we will be configuring live configuration with these routers, because one thing I always mentioned, I'm not just preparing you guys for CCNA, but I want when you see this router, when you see this device, you will able to what? One, you will able to configure this device, because you already have access to this device. You already see the CLI of this device. This is a router, a Cisco router. Also, let's say routers provide connectivity between LAN over the internet. You see, routers provide connectivity between LAN over the network, over the internet. You see, now let's use this enterprise network. You have already created your network. You are already working for a company. Now this company, its head office is in Freetown here. Now, if you create a network here, you have your switch. You have connected all your users to this switch. Take note, you need this router to connect to the internet. But here now, as you can see, this is our router. But we are securing this network. There's also another device you are seeing here before we connect our network. That other device is the firewall. Firewall. Now they said routers connect to the internet. Some people, what they do, they will this firewall you are seeing. The firewall will be inside the network and connect the router outside. But from experience, I will not advise you guys to do short networking. That's not a proper way of doing your networking, because always it's better when internet frames move from the internet. It first needs to hit what? It first needs to hit your firewall. From your firewall now, before the router receives that packet and send it inside your network. But taking this ASA firewall now, putting it inside is not bad, but it's not advisable. Now you can see the firewall. This is a physical firewall, and we have the Cisco packet tracer firewall. The Cisco packet tracer firewall, we will be using this, and also we will be using the physical also, because I want you to feel both the physical and the Cisco packet tracer. Firewall monitored and control your network. So now from this, if you want firewall to monitor your network and control your network, one of the best ways to implement it is what? Is to implement your firewall outside your network. Because when anything is having access to your network, let the traffic pass first through your firewall, your hardware firewall, before that particular traffic will enter your network. Firewall protect the network from man-in-the-middle attack. You see, and man-in-the-middle attack, in most cases, well, we find them through the internet flow, within the internet, because packets will be moving from one network to another, from the head office to to the home of to the branch office. You understand? So that's why when you implement your firewall before the traffic entered your network, that will be a brilliant idea, because what will happen? If you only have access to the net to the internet, but when the packet goes from the man in the middle, it will hit what? Your firewall. Definitely the guy will not have access to your network. So you see, that's why it is very, very advisable to always implement firewall. Like we have the Cisco ASA, we have the Fortinet, we have the Palo Alto, we have checkpoint, we have different firewalls outside there. Always make sure that you implement firewall within, and definitely we will know how to configure a firewall for our network, physical and on packet tracer. So let me show you is Cisco ASA 555 firewall. You see, that it's very, very tiny, but it's a sober guy. When you use this firewall, you implement it within your network, my guy, your network is secure. You only need to know how to implement some protocols within the platform, within your switches, like the DHCP snooping, port securities, all these guys. Don't worry, all these terms, we will digest all these terms. Okay? So you see, this firewall, this is Cisco firewall. This firewall will be having access to the goal of this firewall and learn how to implement them. This Cisco wants you to know how this operates. Cisco wants you to know how the network devices, the routers, the switches, they want you to know, at least to you to know some basic. That's why these are fundamental things. You need to be grounded with all these things before moving forward. When you see a firewall, you need to know how to identify this firewall. When you see a layer 2 switch like this, you need to know, yes, I need a layer 2 switch 2960 like this, and I need to know how to implement, how to configure this. First, we are granting this, so you guys need to see all these devices. Now when you see a router, you need to identify that this is a router just with just 4 interface. You see, there's devices. You need to be aware of all these stuffs. So now, with just a quick before we jump to the OSI model, the TCP and the OSI model, I want to drop a quick quiz. These are the quiz questions. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly. These are the quiz questions, 5 quick quiz questions. I want you guys to answer these 5 quick questions just quickly and drop your answer. And guys, please don't forget to click on the WhatsApp link. Guys, don't forget to click on the WhatsApp link so that all these quiz will be available in the group. I want to see your contributions. One minute more. After 1 minute, just 1 minute. This is 1 minute quiz. After 1 minute, let me drop the correct answers. Question 1 is D, a switch. And question 2 is A client. And question 3 is B, a server. And question 4 is A, truth. And question 5 is C. Just as we are saying, now, if we are preparing for the CCNA exam, you want to pass the CCNA exam, and at the same time you want to implement what you have learned to the real world. One thing you need to offer with these devices. That's why they said in 1.0, the first topic in the blueprint fundamentals. They want us to affair with these devices. They want us to know how the switch perform, how the router perform, how the firewall perform. Now, for an example, just like to crown all these things, like the switch. Now we now know that the switch is a layer 2. The switch is not a layer 3 aware, it's a layer 2. Within a switch, all the interfaces within a switch, they are in one broadcast domain. Which broadcast domain? This broadcast domain is called VLAN 1, because all the interfaces you are seeing within the switch, they are in one broadcast domain, which is VLAN 1. So you need to be aware of that. And at the same time, I advise you guys that now this switch you are seeing have interfaces. These interfaces are in VLAN 1, but it will take a time. We need to move all the interfaces within this switch. When we apply in the real world, we need to move all the interfaces and put them in different VLAN, because VLAN 1 is not advisable as a network engineer to allow your interfaces to be in VLAN 1. At the same time, we talk of switch having a lot of interfaces. Switch forward frames. We need to be aware that the switch we are seeing here, the forward frames within what? Within the LAN. Because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with a lot of words or a lot of taking a lot of time in these classes. I only want us to focus segment by segment for any segment for you guys to really grab the concept of that particular segment. Now switches, we now know switches forward frames within the same LAN. Why? Within this LAN, this switch will forward frame, but this switch don't have the capacity to forward frame what? From this to the branch office. What will do that? Only routers, because routers here routers have the capacity. It's a layer 3 aware. Router can forward a traffic or a packet from this network here to a branch office. So you need to be aware of that. If you have a network, you have your 25 users, you have connected them to the switch, know that they are only acting within the same LAN, within the same building. But if you want these devices, these PCs to communicate to the internet, you need this router, because the router is layer 3 hours, and the router acts as man in the middle to forward this traffic, the traffic from the head office to the branch office. Now, this we have a firewall here. Cisco wants us to understand what is a firewall. Firewalls monitors and filter network frames. Why? Because we have some bad hackers. We have some bad guys, man in the middle guys outside there, through the internet, doing a lot of stuff to hang packet, to hang stuff within this network. You as a network admin managing. So you need one of these guys, this device, which is a firewall. You can use your platform, Cisco firewall, Power Auto, Checkpoint. These are all devices. But to make sure that you have a hardware, not just a software base. We have a software base in a lot of PCs, but when you depend on those software base, you need to have a hardware base to filter frames. Now, our next segment will be based on the OSI TCP IP modules. Thank you very, very much.